A long time ago, in a country far better known for tea and crumpets, I became a college dropout. My father had died, and I said to myself, it's all too much. So, like Elijah, I went in search of a bush to hide under. The icing on the cake came when I was traveling in the US, and someone walked up to me and said, "You speak really good English. How long have you been learning it?" A few years later, my American-speaking wife asked me to pick up the pastor for dinner that night. Now, where I come from, the pastor is the guy who preaches at your church. The point is that culture change confused us, and our perspectives led to a very different understanding. So as we leave Covenant's culture, remember the perspective that Covenant taught us. Keep the faith, service rather than power, generosity rather than riches, and Christ's glory rather than self-glory. In the world of work, Covenant's hope-filled Bible classes might fade to a Narnian dream, and reading Dilbert cartoons might become our morning devotion. When I'm in a cynical comic strip chaos, I believe in Narnia-like hope, keeping the perspective that bad situations are redeemable, God's order is rational, and Christian hopefulness always trumps the world's helplessness. I work for a big corporation and have found great success in applying what Covenant has taught me. However it comes, C.S. Lewis talks about that success changing our perspective. Prosperity, Lewis writes, knits a man to the world. He feels that he is finding his place in it, when really it is finding his place in him. Not all of us will end up in a business office. We'll also go on to become great missionaries, doctors, musicians, teachers, and artists. No matter how long you live and prosper, the faith doesn't change. Our perspective of it can. My experience is that seeing is a choice. When in doubt, know that believing comes before seeing. Think about Elijah. He was on the run and ready to die under a bush in the wilderness. He too thought that he had had enough. The Lord told him to change his perspective. Go out onto the mountaintop. Wait for the presence of the Lord to pass. With his eyes, Elijah saw shattered rocks, earthquakes, and fires. Yet he wasn't persuaded by this earthly performance. The presence of the Lord came in a still, small voice of calm. So, pastor chefs and pastors, kings and queens of Narnia, Elijahs and pointy-haired managers, when you climb to your mountaintops, when the earth trembles, wait and listen. Do you hear him?